Alright guys, so the day is finally here. I'm going to take the EM-23 out for a little bit of a test ride. We have the new Sotion FW21 motor installed over here. And honestly guys, this was not easy to install. If you guys have been following some of my stories and my posts, you have to actually really kind of cut some edges and some parts off from the motor cradle area where the stock motor was. So it was a bit of a hassle trying to install this thing on. Took me like a few days to really get it to fit, and I only got to it recently because I've been working on a project at work for a big client, so haven't even been able to get to installing this thing. But we're here now. We have it installed. We did do a bit of tuning the past couple of days, but I've been having some issues with it. I don't even know if I could honestly fully recommend this motor yet, only because of how difficult and how frustrating it was to install. Giving me some issues during calibration, specifically after the auto learn process. I've basically run auto learn, I don't know, numerous times, and it's been giving me the same RPM value, which is pretty low. It's kind of hovered around 4,000 to about 5,000 RPM. And for something like this, previously, the stock motor I think was pushing like 6,000 plus RPM after doing auto learn. So the fact that this is kind of giving me a lower value than what I had before with the stock motor is a bit concerning. So honestly, I don't know what results we're going to be getting. Guys, we'll probably go over some of the far driver settings later in the video, but I kind of wanted to show you, I guess, just firsthand performance-wise, what to expect from this. And again, if any of you guys are like super into like tuning mid-drive motors, because I'm still pretty much a noob at tuning mid-drives. I've had very, very little experience besides this bike in terms of mid-drive motors. Previously, I've just been strictly like hub drives and far drivers, and that's pretty much all I've been doing. But in terms of mid-drives, I know it's a little bit of a beast because you obviously have to deal with the sprocket and some of the gear settings and stuff like that, gear ratios and whatnot. So yeah, if you guys have any pointers, any advice, I'll post actually the screenshots of my far driver settings in a link, in like a Google Drive link, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think of the settings, if there's something I'm missing, if there's something that needs to be adjusted. Again, I'm actually running 300 line, 600 phase right now, and I have it set to full max field weakening response. I even brought up the FWE ratio, which allows for sort of a longer period of field weakening to be established. So I adjusted that level. We'll talk more about that later. So yeah, guys, anyways, enough talk. Let's put this thing out on the road, see how it feels different from when I had the stock motor. Take it out on a few roads over by my area, and yeah, see what we think. Off the bat, there's already considerable amount of torque. I think I still have the throttle response set to line. I don't think I have it set to sport right now, but I think it's on line, which is like the normal throttle response. I feel the torque. I definitely feel the difference in torque, slight difference in torque. I'll kind of know once we start hitting like top end if there's a difference. Oh shit, yeah. Honestly, not that bad. I'm wondering also if there's a chance that this motor is more tuned towards like a high torque sort of setup rather than more top end speed. But then again, you can always get more top end speed from adjusting your gear ratio. Alright, so we're gonna run it back again here. About 65 over there. We're going against the wind, so I'm gonna go on more of an open road. Just to kind of see if a longer strip will make a difference. But it's honestly, I'm getting the same numbers as what I did pretty much with the stock motor. I mean, the bike feels great, don't get me wrong. It's just it's a little disappointing considering that this is supposed to be twice the power of the original stock motor. It's just weird to me, considering the how much it took to kind of put together the motor, all those hours, and then it just kind of is not up to par with what you would expect. And I've spoken to some of the some other builders that have been doing this for a bit longer than I have, and that have worked on mid-drive motors more than me, and they've still can't seem to figure out too why I'm having the issues I'm having. And again, I haven't changed the sprocket or anything. It's left in the same setup, same chain, nothing has changed. Alright, this will be probably our final test. Got a little bit of a longer strip here. Against the wind. The torque is there for sure, but top end is still lacking, so man, I gotta admit though, the time that it takes to get to close to 60 is pretty impressive. Maybe it's that low end torque is probably where this thing shines. The original stock configuration that I had with the Far Driver 72360, I noticed when I did the auto learn, it actually it calibrated the motor, the stock motor, as a 5,000 watt motor. So I'm wondering if the stock EM-23 motors are actually rated for 5 kilowatts and not 2.5. You know? Because you guys will notice too, when you see the screenshot of this motor, when I did the calibration, it's at 5 kilowatts, which is what it's rated for, obviously, for nominal, but the stock EM-23 motor, 5 kilowatts. It's insane. And it's pulling slightly higher than the new motor. I'm also running more amps as well. I mean, usually like increasing amps obviously will, you know, speed up your acceleration, and you know, you'll notice a difference in torque. But honestly, it's like, in terms of top end, that stock setup like beats this thing like no competition. I think I'm gonna give it one more go. I'm gonna take it to my usual like drag racing spot. Still getting that same top speed. Man, I wish I had more runway. The only way you could really do this, like a proper test, is maybe like a mile runway, but not feasible. So yeah, guys, honestly, as you all know, I would usually include, you know, especially with some of these build videos, kind of the process of installing the motor and stuff like that. But I think given the circumstances and the performance of the motor itself, I decided not to post it, because I don't think this thing would garner much interest, because given the sort of performance of the motor itself, especially with the specs that we're running, it's, I don't know, in my opinion, it's not worth it. And this is just coming from my side. Someone might have an issue, someone might be having a better, you know, calibration with their motor, but for some reason, and we cannot seem to find the issue with why it's giving such a low RPM, especially during the auto learn process. Now, I want to give a shout out, actually, there's actually one other person, I believe, one of my subscribers actually has this motor. He had this motor installed, and I believe he successfully got it past like 70 miles an hour, or he got it in the 70s, like in terms of like top speed. So I'm kind of wondering if the motor is like, if there's just an issue with my motor, you know, maybe there's something, you know, with the internal, you know, windings and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. If you have your current stock motor and you have a 72360 with a capable 72 volt battery, I would say stick with that setup. I wouldn't say don't upgrade to this right away, obviously given the whole installation and the fitment issues with this. Also, just in terms of just the performance obstacles that I'm experiencing with this current motor, I cannot recommend the Sotion FW21 as of now, until there's you know, maybe there's an issue with my far driver, you know, or maybe there's an issue with you know, something else, you know, that's sort of like cogging the performance a bit. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still sort of diagnosing it, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a real transparent. It's a capable motor, but I don't think it could even be a direct replacement for your current stock motor. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know my experience with the FW21. Again, it's Sotion makes great motors. This is not a reflection of, you know, the type of motors and the type of, you know, service that they provide. They've been very vocal trying to help me out, trying to diagnose my issue as well, and they still haven't figured out what the problem could be. So again, guys, if you like today's video, if you have any questions, comments, any tips on what I could look into in terms of the issues with the motor and the tuning itself, But yeah, guys, leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to get back to everyone as soon as I can. But be sure to give a like, comment, or even subscribe. And yeah, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.